YouTube, what is going on, man? It's your boy Benji, and we are back balling. Y'all know what it is. It's that time of the season. The NBA is back. The WNBA is still finishing up the playoffs as they are heading into the WNBA finals right now. We've got the Lynx and the New York Liberty matching up, so I think that should be a good one. Battle of the Stars. Of course, little switch up. A lot of people probably expecting the Aces, but at the end of the day, that ain't what we're here for. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, we watching a couple preseason games. Hey, they back. We've seen a lot of players back from injury, particularly LaMelo Ball. I mean, one of the budding stars in the NBA. We just need him to stay healthy, man, because it's looking rough in Charlotte. A lot of people have high expectations for what possibly might happen this season, though, so it's going to be exciting to see. Let's check out some of his play.
Okay. Doesn't look any worse for the
So we already know LaMelo can shoot it, right? So that's something that obviously we're excited to see. Him knocking shots down with consistency.
where LaMelo working off the screen. Two-man game with Miles Bridges. And
I think him and Miles Bridges are so good together. Because you can use Miles Bridges in this situation as a roller because he's so athletic. He's such a big player. He's like 6'8", 6'9". He's like what 230, 240. You know what I mean? So he's got plenty of size athleticism, so he can always roll. Additionally, he always has an opportunity to pop out and shoot the jump shot. I mean, this guy was balling, man. You know, before he went down, even when he returned. I mean, I think the lineup shapes up to with a lot of talent as well. I mean, you got some solid bigs under the rim that can catch lobs. Of course, you got B. Miller.
screen, two-man
What's this right here?
game with Miles Bridges. And Miles.
Is that my boy from Dallas? Is that Josh? That's what they're gonna have to. That's what they're gonna have to excel at. And I'm sorry, I'm stopping a little bit, but yeah, man, that's what they're gonna have to excel at this season, man. Getting out on the break. Obviously, they're gonna have to be crisp in the half court because if they want to be a winning team, that's where a lot of those wins are gonna come in because they just crumbled last year under their last coach, particularly in the close games at the end of the games.
Brandon Miller in transition.
I think that could be an and one.
Long one.
Bro, it's so funny to me how this dude just gets these shots up and literally does not jump.
Long one.
He's literally got that game. He's got that game of the dude that's just like shooting around at LA Fitness, but he actually brings that to the actual game. So funny.
What I'm talking about.
You their seasons, Eric.
Thank you, Shannon. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Hornets making real commitment,
We got Curry too.
as there are so many people in this area. It's great to see. Oh, he misses a three. LaMelo a clean look.
Did he jump?
Oh, he misses a three. LaMelo
I don't think he got off the ground.
a clean look. Long one.
Is it too late to say? I always felt like LaMelo Ball was gonna be the best ball brother. I think I talked about this. You could probably fact check me on this. I said it in a video a long while ago. LaMelo is tough, man.
There has never been a great NBA player. Where's number 47? Oh.
He's
Just
not
playing
even in the
together.
middle, man.
Extra pass to LaMelo.
But I'm looking at the score. Obviously, this is a preseason game. This is neck and neck. I mean, and it is the Heat, so it is a good barometer of where the Hornets are at because typically by now they start to get blown out. Third quarter, you know, and coming in from halftime.
Some things you guess at, other things you just know.
And I mean, obviously, LaMelo's been having a pretty good game, so it's just what we're going to need from him all season long. All-star season from him.
That comes natural for guys. Guys are natural.
Nah, oh my God. Bro, he's so crafty, man.
Seth, clean look.
Pop.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, he probably sat down after that, but that was interesting enough. So definitely excited to see LaMelo this year. Obviously, we had the return of who I believe to be the future face of the league. Y'all keep talking about Ant Edwards. Y'all know who I'm rocking with, man. Ja Morant. Shout out to Ja, man. But he returned and, of course, put together a couple crazy highlights, including this one. head. I don't think people move the needle like Ja does, man. And I mean, this little funny video. It looked like he's back having fun, man, enjoying things. He's over here dance battling the Mavericks mascot. Obviously, Ja just released the Ja 2s, and we even saw a big connection with him and their newest big man. Hey, Zaccharie. So yeah, like I said, I think that Ja and the Grizzlies ultimately only have a chance as long as Ja goes. We saw guys that had a team that had multiple All-Stars go from a top contender in the West for the championship, or at least to hit the finals, to you moving solely Ja Morant and literally becoming a lottery pick team. Ja Morant is such a needle mover for the Grizzlies, and I do believe, like I said, future face of the league. Don't know what y'all talking about when it comes to Ant Edwards. One unfortunate thing that we saw in this game was Ja kind of twisting up on his ankle. So, him kind of going down and having to get taken out of the game for a little bit, that was not fun. So you hate to see stuff like this go on, especially in the preseason, because, you know, you just trying to get guys to get their rhythm back under them, and they got to prepare themselves for a long 82-game season. Of course, the NBA season kind of also, you know, it's here when you get a lot of drama prior to the season starting. So, of course, RJ, who was the #1 draft pick, RJ Hampton, he went viral being the face of this video, and where he admitted to putting bruises on his baby mother, and particularly a lot of people believe that he possibly may have maybe a little bit of verbally abusive to her. So this is not stuff you want to see in the beginning of the season, but I mean, I'll let y'all kind of be the judge. I mean, this thing was brought to social media, which I also hate that something like this possibly intimate could have been brought into social media. Apparently, they already have court-ordered distinctions and givens. So,
I'm recording. I could care less. I just don't want what I'm afraid of, because of who you are, as me, like taking him, and then you like fighting me off of him, and then you like, oh my god, you abused me.
No, I wouldn't do. First of all, you have laid hands on me before, so
Get the fuck out of
you
here.
have.
That stupid shit.
I have pictures of it.
I know.
And text messages of
You
it.
have pictures of it right here.
Yeah, and you text
Who
me
the fuck is
talking
gonna
about
care
it.
about that?
Who's gonna care?
the only thing I really don't like about this video is almost if she's rage baiting, is she's just seeking, she's seeking a response on camera, knowing that she's recording for an instance in which she could use it against him. But I mean, also, bro, I mean, obviously, if y'all already at this point, this is the mother of your child, and your child looks like it'd be significantly young, and that you are somebody with a lot of affluence and status. I mean, RJ Hampton is somebody who was at one point in time the top-ranked player, particularly at his position, and college was a high draft pick. I think he didn't even go to college actually, and he's still got a lot of life yet left in him. Obviously, he's only like 23, I think. So you hate to see that something like this gets derailed because, I mean, it's one of the things that everyone always talks about being a weakness. Of course, injuries, but then of course the relationships, man. When it comes to women or friends, those things kind of spiraling out of control can absolutely be the detriment to you, particularly if you're a young player or even if you're an older businessman.
Who's gonna care?
Bro, they're bruises of, you know, I don't even get into that.
But they came from your hands.
Of course they did.
Okay.
And you see the cut. So it's like you said, it's almost as if they had a long conversation, which he was recording and searching for an instance in which he would say something that would possibly be self-incriminating.
What, did I punch you? Did I slap you?
Just because you didn't
Did I
punch him
slap
doesn't
you?
mean
Shut
that it's
the fuck up.
okay. Wow.
Hey, look, come back.
Wow.
No.
At the end of the day, if you like the fact that you can sit here and allow, no, because your child has been traveling since 5 a.m.
Here's how the ear infection.
He's been traveling since 5 a.m. and you're sitting here making him
Don't try to
wander
play
around a
victim right now,
hotel.
Sean.
I'm not playing victim.
I'll
I'm
take
saying
him to my house.
no.
You guys are bad. You went to Miami and you were a
First
thought
of all,
and your parents kept him.
Yeah, my mom is more of a parent to him than you have ever
Dead
been.
or alive. Shut up.
Can you get the hotel? Because I have to be here for
Bro, you
45
just went
days.
to Miami and were a thought. You get the hotel.
That's not the document that you signed, said.
So obviously we want to pay attention to what's going on the court, but these kind of things always pop up. And, you know, miraculous timing, right? Obviously, I think, like I said, I think he's right now currently a member of the G League affiliated team. And while this is going on, it's obviously not something that, like you said, while you're trying to get in the training camp, trying to solidify a spot on the roster, on the main roster particularly. This is interesting timing. Yeah. Could he have talked to her better? Yes. Do we know the relationship? No. Did he admit to bruises on her? Then that's a whole, that's a whole separate discussion that we should have. Obviously, we don't condone anything like that, but I mean, how they talk to each other, obviously, it seems like it's been past toxic. So, I mean, we can't say that this is obviously how they talked to each other from the beginning, because they did bring a child to this world. So, at one point, there had to be something amicable about their relationship. And, of course, people are upset.
In Oklahoma, with no hotel.
Yeah, she made a TikTok following up where she's talking about how she was stranded.
No car. RJ literally snatched Halo off the ground, walked out, hopped in the car, and left. Didn't tell me where they were going. Didn't tell me when they were back. Didn't take any of his stuff. He's not allowed to do that. Just traveled. Got up at 5 a.m. Took a 13-month-old on the plane. Just had to get off the phone with the police. And I had to describe what my child was wearing, my 13-month-old was wearing. Didn't make sure he had a pacifier.
Yeah, it's the type of stuff you don't want to see, man. She's crying and on video talking about she called the police. Hopefully, like I said, their relationship gets resolved. I think this culminates in her saying that she sat around in a hotel for hours and hours and hours. She didn't have anywhere to stay. It culminated with R.J. Hampton and his father bringing her, purchasing a hotel for her to stay in and a room key, and she seemed like, okay, a little bit more relieved after that. But that kind of was the end of the story. This kind of went on how she basically, like I said, was out there for hours and hours with nowhere to stay, and flew away from a place that was her home. So, end of the day, like I said, Hampton's a talented guy, and like I said, obviously, if we're talking about the NBA season starting, I hate that this had to happen too. We also saw the Hawks come back.
Hawks finally come away. Risacher.
That is a good thing, too, because we got to see the #1 draft pick and a return from Trae Young. Okay, rebound. Fine ice Trae. What do y'all think? I mean, obviously for the future, having the #1 draft pick I think is a big deal, but he's really just filling the role that DeJounte Murray had, with, I guess, a little bit less ego, because, I mean, as a rookie, he's going to try to figure things out, versus maybe DeJounte, where he's going to come in and, like, bro, I already know what I need to do. I still don't know if the Hawks have done enough to completely build their roster to, a championship contending team or a really deep playoff run, but Trae Young is incredible, so there is that. And it looks like this kid is starting to figure things out in his own regard. And, like, not only are we seeing him on the perimeter, but we're additionally getting to see him cut into the basket. So, a lot of potential there. So, for his first preseason game, we got 18, 7 9 for the field, 3 or 4 from 3. 3 rebounds and 2 assists.
A moment that I would never forget, and it's pretty cool. I mean, for a father, I mean, it means everything. I mean, for someone who didn't have that, growing up, to be able to have that influence on your kids and have the influence on your son, to be able to have moments with your son, and then ultimately, to be able to work with your son, I think that's one of the greatest things that a father could ever hope for or wish for. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely a moment that I would never.
Yeah. So obviously, dope season is among us. Let me know what y'all got, man. Favorites, MVP, Rookie of the Year, who's going to make the finals. Let's find out.